How to use visualization to manifest. In this video, I will explain each and everything you need to know about visualization. After this video, you will never need to watch another video to understand and learn the concept of visualization. If you don't understand any of the concepts, comment down below. I will make sure to either make an Instagram post, a video on YouTube, a short, an Instagram reel, or something about that topic. I will absolutely do that, but I don't know when. So you will need to actually keep on checking the socials so that you will get to know about it. So let's get into this video. We will go into this step by step. First, I will explain some common concepts to you. Then I will explain how to visualize, when to visualize, how to use the technique of visualization to manifest what you want. Then I will also share some commonly asked questions that people get about the technique of visualization. So let's get into it. First, what is visualization? Visualization is a technique which is used to manifest what you want. That is the simplest way I can explain it. The reason visualization is so famous and most commonly talked about technique to manifest is because no matter if you are following the law of attraction, if you are following the law of assumption, if you follow manifestation of any school, any person who teaches manifestation agrees that visualization is a technique that can actually help you the most. Neville Goddard, who is one of the most famous teachers of the law of assumption, talks about visualization a lot. He talks about how he used to visualize in order to manifest what he wanted. Even in the science-based community, even the people who don't necessarily believe in the concept of manifestation, they also talk about how visualization still is a very effective tool because it is scientifically proven to help you get to your dream life closer. So now we will talk about some terms that will come up when you will learn and understand or try to understand the concept of visualization. The first term that you need to learn about is SATS. What does it mean? It is called the state akin to sleep. Now, Neville Goddard used to talk about SATS. When he used to say SATS, he used to mean a state right before you are about to go to bed, right before you are about to sleep. The reason that that was the state he recommended to visualize in is because that is the time where your subconscious is wide open to suggestion. Now, there is a whole science behind it, which I will not explain in this video. So if you want to learn that, you should go and ask how brain waves work throughout the day. And you will actually find a lot of videos, scientific videos, where people will explain what state and what waves go into your brain when you are in the middle of the day, what waves your brain operates in when you are just about to go to bed. The next term that you will need to learn about is living in the end. What is living in the end? In all schools of manifestation, we all talk about how you need to act as the person who has what you want, or you need to be who has what you want. It's already yours. These are the terms that you will often hear. This in itself is what living in the end is. Living in the end is the prerequisite to manifest what you want. It means live your life, think thoughts from, feel the feelings of the person who has what you want. Living in the end is the end goal. Visualization, affirmations, scripting are the techniques that help you reach to that end goal. That end goal being living in the end. So through visualizing, through scripting, through affirmations and different techniques, you can allow yourself to live in the end. And if you persist in your living in the end state, you eventually end up receiving what you want. Now, there is a whole lot more to do than just visualizing to living in the end, but that is a topic of a different video. The third thing that I would want to talk about is what is a first person perspective and what is a third person perspective. Now, this is something that you will also see in the visualization videos that you will see or any knowledge that you will gain about this, that you should visualize from the first person point of view and the third person point of view. So the first person point of view is as if you are looking at the world from your own eyes. So right now you're looking at the world from your own eyes, right? You can see, for example, right now I can see that there is a coffee machine, my coffee machine in front of me. There is an almirah at my left. There is a bookshelf on my right. I'm seeing this from my own eyes. Now the third person point of view is if I was able to watch myself looking at these things. So when you play a video game, right? Your character, you can see your character, you can see the back of their head. That is a third person point of view. So these are the concepts that you need to understand before understanding the concept of visualizing. Now let's understand how to visualize, how to use the technique of visualization and how I use it myself, and I teach it to clients who want to use visualization. So The best way to actually include visualization in your daily life is to do it when you are in a drowsy state. Now, people do it more often than not when they have just woken up or when they are just about to go to bed. But that doesn't mean that you cannot do it in the middle of the day. I will explain this when I talk about the most commonly asked questions. But you don't need to actually wait till you are in the end of the day or till you are just about to sleep to do visualization. You can even do it in the middle of the day. Now, the best way to visualize is to first close your eyes, have a very normal and a calm environment around you. This should be a place where no one is going to disturb you. No one is going to come and wake you up. No one is going to, let's say, ring the bell at this moment. And this is just about around 10 to 15 minutes of your day. I want you to sit and I want you to close your eyes. I want you to feel your body relaxing. Now, I want you to take deep breaths. Now, when we talk about breathing, right? Always remember this. Whenever you want to pump yourself up, which means whenever you want to raise your adrenaline up, when you, let's say, are going to the gym, or let's say you are going into an argument, right? All of these things, you will always see your inhales getting deeper, but your exhales will be slow. So it would be like, which means your inhales are longer and your exhales are slow. This will always raise your energy up. This will never calm you down. If you want to calm yourself down, your inhales will be slow, but your exhales will be even slower. So it would be something like, I hope you can hear the breathing through the mic, but it basically means you will inhale slowly but exhale even slower. So good count can be 5 seconds of inhale but 7 seconds of exhale. This will always calm you down, right? So you can even use this in stressful situations in your life when you are feeling stressed. Always see, are my exhales deep enough? Because when your exhales will be deep, they will be slow. You will always calm yourself down faster. So I want you to take a few deep breaths. Now you can even do some sort of breath work if you like box breathing. If you want to do Wim Hof, that's also going to be fine. But any form of breathing that you want to do, you can. Otherwise, I would just want you to take a few deep breaths. Inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth. Do 10 repetitions of that. Allow yourself to calm down. Allow yourself to feel your body slowing down. And as you breathe, one technique that I use is I allow that breath to go through my body. So I imagine that this breath is going through my fingertips, then going through my toes, then coming back, going through my stomach, and I feel the whole breath in my body. After that happens, this is where you can bring the scene in your mind. So this scene can actually be something that you have pre-decided, and this scene should imply that you have what you want. Or scene can actually just include some conversations from the end version. I will explain both. So if the scene is that you have what you want, let's say you are talking about a relationship, you can imagine your friend telling you how grateful he is to God, or like how happy he is that you have gotten the relationship that you wanted. I also post lots and lots of visual prompts on my Instagram channel, so you can check it out. I post at least one prompt a week where I talk about visual prompts, so you can check that out. A different scene can be you are just imagining and feeling the feelings of peace and calm in your body, right? Now, you can loop the scene, that's okay. And some people like to have a prolonged scene, that is okay too. In my personal experience, I have seen that doing the scene again and again or doing a prolonged scene does not matter that much. I have gotten equal success from both of that. What I have seen benefits more is if I'm feeling the feelings. Now, let me talk you through that. So as you are breathing and as you are allowing that scene to come into your mind, first try to do it from a first person point of view. It's more beneficial. As you go into the first person perspective, imagine yourself feeling the calmness. Now, when you get what you want, there is this common misconception that you will actually feel very excited. But after a certain point of time, no matter what you have achieved, you will eventually start feeling calmer with it. That would be a very good way for you to imagine that feeling in your body. Try to include all your senses. Try to include your touch, your smell, your hearing, your taste, your eyes, your vision, which you are obviously including. Try to include all these things because that will make you more engrossed in the scene. Now, if you fall asleep right after, that's amazing. If you don't fall asleep right after, when the scene ends, try to curate your breath normally. Try to go back to slightly deeper inhales and slightly slower exhales so that your body can come back to normal and then you can wake up. Now, let's talk about when to visualize. So, as I discussed before, Visualization usually is talked about right after you wake up or right before you go to bed, but they are not the only times when you go into the state akin to sleep. You can do that throughout the day. Whenever you feel drowsy, tired, you are automatically in the state akin to sleep because your thoughts are not here or there. You are calm and you are in the present. But how I prefer to do it is I don't do any kind of visual scenes when I am feeling very energetic. I try to do them when I'm slightly tired, but I inculcate breathing. So as soon as I start to use my breath, I have seen that it gives me a better feeling to do visual scenes in the afternoon, in the evening, when I am using my breath rather than doing it right before bed, because that can sometimes make me feel drowsy. That is why I sometimes don't go there. But you can visualize at any given point of time in the day. I would prefer doing it when you are slightly tired or when you're feeling peaceful, when you're not just very energetic, right? Now, what are some commonly asked questions about visualization? Will visualization alone be enough to help me manifest what I want? No. Your actions, your perceptions, your boundaries all will have to be in alignment for you to receive what you want. That is a topic of a different video, but only visualization is not going to be enough to help you get what you want. Do I have to always visualize from a first person or third person perspective? It is always beneficial to visualize from the first person point of view, right? Now, if you are someone who keeps on going to the third person point of view automatically, what I would recommend is practice, because with practice it will get better, but don't judge yourself. Now, third person point of view, if you constantly go there, simply pull yourself back to the first person perspective. You don't need to judge yourself for this so much that, I just imagined in a third person point of view, what if it doesn't happen? It's not going to help you because you panic. The panic is going to be the issue. You visualizing or not visualizing is not. Last, when we talk about clarity, am I supposed to have a very clear scene? It's fine if you don't have a clear scene. What I would do is I would focus more on the feelings. The clarity is not going to help you get what you want faster. The feeling is going to help you get what you want faster, at least in my personal opinion. Focus more on the feeling and you will have a better result towards visualization in your daily life. I hope this video helps you. I'm looking forward to help you with more such content, and I will see you guys in the next video.
Thanks for watching. Subscribe and share if you like the video. The link for my one-on-one coaching, my self-help courses, and my free newsletter are in the description box below.